Hello, everyone, and welcome to STENO 24/7. As you can see by the title, I am doing State versus Stephen Avery, and this is going to be video number 21. So, I hope you came to write because I came to read. And we will be getting started on page number 103, verse 3. Ready? Let's write. Finally, the kinds of witnesses that you are going to hear from include citizens and law enforcement officers and records kinds of people, although most of those will be agreed to between Mr. Strong and us, as well as expert witnesses. You will hear from various kinds of citizens like Bobby Dassey, who is one of the sons of Barb Janda, who you will hear testimony about. That at about 2:45 on the 31st of October, Bobby saw a young girl drive up to the Avery property. Bobby Dassey saw this young girl, later identified as Teresa Halbach, get out of her teal or blue or green colored SUV and actually take pictures of the van that her mom had for sale. Bobby Dassey is going to tell you that after looking out the window and after seeing Teresa Halbach take these photographs of this vehicle and finish her job, that Teresa walked towards Stephen Avery's trailer. You will hear evidence that she was walking towards the main entrance of Stephen Avery's trailer, and that Bobby thereafter took a shower and left to go deer hunting, bow hunting, about 15 minutes later. You are going to hear from Bobby that when he left 15 minutes later, Teresa's SUV was there, but Teresa was nowhere to be found. You are going to hear that Bobby Dassey was the last person, the last citizen that will have seen Teresa Halbach alive. You are going to hear from other citizens like that, other people that will help place this case into context for us. Juries are triers of fact. You don't decide what the law is. The judge does that. But you decide what the facts of the case are. And the facts in this case aren't just going to point to who did it. It's not just a who done it case. It's a what happened and where it happened and when it happened. But we're also going to provide you evidence, not just that Stephen Avery did it, but to the exclusion of other people as well. In other words, positive evidence about who done know it, but also negative evidence of why that necessarily excludes others. And so you get to find those facts, and at the end of this case, you will search for the truth. You are not to search for doubt. You are to search for the truth. I told you when I started this case and when this opening statement started that this may, in fact, be the most important decision that you will ever going to make. That leaves us then with the end. I'm going to remind you through this case. I'm not going to apologize about it. But this is Teresa Halbach. I'm not going to apologize about the fact that this is not a DNA profile number. This isn't a box of recovered bones. But as I have mentioned before, remembering the humanity of Teresa Halbach, remembering who she is, what she meant to these people, is an important part of this process. Ultimately, this process includes assigning accountability. It will require you to assign responsibility for the murder and mutilation of an innocent 25-year-old young lady. I'm confident, members of the jury, that after the conclusion of this, what could in fact be a 6-week trial, that you are going to agree with me. You are going to agree with the state that we have met our burden. That is, beyond a reasonable doubt. I will ask at the conclusion of this case that you return verdicts of guilty. Thank you. Thank you, Judge.